Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! Seconds from game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead! Behind the screen, Harper got a piece of it, it comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. Tying run at second, 2 out, Pompero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it, and to the middle with the 15, to the 20, breaks free of the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh!
For the 3rd time in 6 seasons, it's one goal achieved. The Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup. A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it to Rizzo. It's in time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to YouTube. And if you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell next to it, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, you can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy, that's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me, personally online, you want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. I mean, nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. Man, I got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody skirt over here. And like The Rock said, baby, the new Skinny Rock, don't sing it, just bring it. Man, let's check out the chat, because the chat is jumping. I like it. I like that kind of party, baby. Yeah. Let's see. My man Cornelius Squall's checking in early. He's like, what up, Shawn Sierra sports fans? We're going to cage match with Pooch. I don't know what that means. Okay. Levette Lee's checking in. Says, Happy House Music Monday, y'all. Happy House Music Monday, Levette. Thank you, Ma, for tuning in. I appreciate it. Let's see what else. Bruja 7 checking in. What's up, Papa? Thank you for tuning in and listening at work. Bear down, baby. Bear down. That's what I'm talking about. Woo, Charlie. Michelle Wall, Mr. Southside himself, is in the house. What's up on a House Music Monday, and Bear season begins tonight. Bear down, FGB. Always FGB. Thank you very much. Oh, snap. Mr. Shorty checking in. Shorty, what's up, buddy? How are you, Mr. Shorty, checking in? I appreciate it. Hope to see you this weekend, Shorty. Hope to see you next Sunday. Man, things are looking good for next Sunday. King Book of World checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? Thank you for tuning in. King Book of World. Ah, snap. Jay Grizz. He's back in the house, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Checking in from the East Coast. He's like, Superback FGB. What? FGB. What? And bear down. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Hey, listen, guys, I definitely want to remind you again, listen, if you're able. All right. If you're able, Sports Zone Chicago is hosting a Chicago Bears watch party next week. It's not not getting ahead of this week, but I just want to keep reminding you for next week at Branding Iron. Okay, 8 South Harlem, right outside of SeatGeek Stadium. All right, it's going to be awesome. We're having a live pre, half, and post-game show. We have Chicago Sports Zone swag giveaways throughout the game. Okay, and then after the post-game show, we're going to have DJs. It's going to be not DJ Moore. No. But we're going to have a couple of DJs, and it's going to get live. It's going to be a daytime party, especially after they whoop and open up a can of whoop ass and lay the smackdown on the candy ass of the Detroit Sucks Lions. It's going to be a party. I'm telling you, we got some DJs that are going to turn it out. And just think about it. It's going to end up about 3:15-ish or so. You stay till 5 or 6. Man, then you go home. Man, you could crash. You could knock out. Wake up in the morning fully refreshed. No hangover, no nothing. That's how us old people, we got to party now. We got to have daytimes. And it's okay. Just know our limitations, and we do. And they have a game day special. This is phenomenal. So I'm telling you, I was there yesterday for a pig roast. A buddy of mine has a biker bar, and not a biker bar, but it's a biker, and he's kind of got the whole Chicago biking motorcycle community on lock. You know, because there's different motorcycle clubs. He's got a clothing brand called Fucking Bikers, which is hilarious, and the way that he came up with the name is awesome. But that's another story. I was there yesterday, and I was talking to the owners, and then they sent me the actual brand, the actual game day special. So the game day special is $48. So Steve, if you can create another one, this is $48. Oh, and we got a new sponsor too. We got my CrossFit Warehouse is sponsoring me where I go, but we'll talk about that later. So it's only an order of ribs or an order of chicken wings. Okay, but you get nachos. Let me take this down. You get nachos. I think it's all you can eat nachos. Let me double check. I'll be there today to watch the game tonight. An order of nachos, and I think, as I said, it might be throughout the game, but an order of ribs or an order of wings, and open bar, well drinks. You're not getting, they're not giving you Grey Goose for $48. Okay, you ain't getting Kettle One for $48. Sorry, all night, no, all game. So well drinks. So $48. It's nachos, and you get a choice of ribs or chicken wings and open bar. That is the game day special that's happening tonight and happening next Sunday for us at our watch party. Man, I'm telling you, get out there. We should be getting the swag soon. It should be on the way. I'll have it sometime this week. I'm fired up about it. And Charlie, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time, man. Wee. Let's see. Yes. So I'm telling you, you guys are going to want to be there. Man, Joseph Archer checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? He said, what's up, everybody? Let's go Bears. FGB, bear down. That's what we're talking about, baby. Bear down. Jay Grizz a fool. He's like, screw the drinks. Just give me the ribs and wings, and I'd be good. Oh, man. Oh, man, Armando Emeterio, Lara, Junior. Junior's in the house. What's up, baby? Junior. I didn't see you. So you're first. So, damn, Jay Grizz, you got that kind of clout, huh, Jay Grizz? My guy, Junior, that I've known for almost 30 years. Don't even say hi to me. He says, Jay Grizz, out of love. First thing is like Jay Grizz. I see you, Junior, son of a gun. But it's going to be, I'm telling you, be lit. I got a call from a text from my buddy yesterday. He's like, dude, I need 3 tables. I got 12 people coming. I was like, oh, snap. I was talking to people at CrossFit today. So they might have like 4 to 6 or 8 people. One of our coaches is from Michigan, big Detroit fan. So he said he's probably going to stop through. So I'm looking to have a big contingency from CrossFit Warehouse. Hopefully my family. is able to show up, that would be pretty dope as well. And then family and then friends. I'm going to reach out to some people more. I'm going to pub it and push it out a little more on social media. Yeah. And then don't forget, the Smoke Fellas are going to be there, so they're going to bring some people from the smoking community. So that is it's going to be lit. And then it's going to be a Bear game, especially if the Bears just win today. Woo-wee! People are going to want to go out next week. It's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. And I can't wait. Whew, I can't wait. First things first, we got tonight, man. I'm excited. But, hey, we got this show right now, and my man's in them. Ken Davis is going to join us at 10 o'clock. We're going to talk Bears football for the last hour of this show. I'm fired up about it. All right, there's a lot going on. A lot going on. A lot going on with injury report. I was like, can you say that 5 times real fast? With the injury report, there's a whole bunch going on, man. Holy cow. And then what do they say? Kyler Gordon has been added to the injury report. That sucks. So, yeah. T.J. Edwards most likely not playing. That sucks. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Jalen Johnson, where's he going to be? How is he going to be? Because my question with Justin Jefferson was like, man, he didn't play any preseason. He hasn't had any conditioning. He was on the injured list. Or they had talked about him coming back off of being injured, but he wasn't on the injured list. So, yeah, I don't know. He wasn't on the injured list. And I'm a little concerned. So there was a lot of mediocre quarterback play yesterday. Anybody want to have a combo about stop calling the lead after 1 or 2 years? See Cloud Nix? Yeah. Mr. Shorty says, injuries was my biggest worry with all the violent practices. Damn it. Jay Grizz, you must stop Aaron the Bear Killer Jones to get the W, though. Yeah, Aaron Jones is not nice to us. Not nice at all, man. He is not nice at all. Yeah. So, we got people texting. We got a whole bunch of things going on right now. Fired up. It's game day. I'll be at Branding Iron tonight watching the game. It's just closer, man. It's just closer to the house. It's a 15-minute ride home as opposed to a 40-minute ride home from my spot output. So, yeah. But Ken Davis at 10 o'clock. And we got before then, man. I wore this shirt today because it's important. Tell him, King Booker World, that's what I'm talking about. How about that Lions game? Well, damn it, it's almost like coaching matters. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that what I've been talking about? Ain't that what I've been saying? And this is the thing that, you got other podcasts who, took shots at me because I was a big Justin Fields fan. And Justin Fields looked really good yesterday. He looked not great, really good. But this is what happens when you cater your offense around the talents of your quarterback. All right, you cater your offense. You get him an offensive line. You get him weapons. You get him a running game. You get him a defense. You know, I just don't get it. I don't get it. You know, he back with what Garrett Wilson hit him. That was and for all those people who said Justin couldn't throw for the pocket, unbelievable. So I was a little salty. I was happy with that, but I was just salty at some of the people who still want to talk shit, you know. Jay Grizz. Feels look good, but he's still plagued by the last 2-minute drive situation he faced. Well, that was a tough one. That was a good call. I mean, I personally would have run it. If I were him, I thought he should have. But he threw it to his receiver, and that was a great, great play. Great play by Jalen Ramsey. I personally would have kept it, but it's not. That's not a bad situation. It's not a bad thing. You know, a defensive player, a perennial Pro Bowl player, made a great play. So, and all he needed was a couple yards. But you know what? This is what happens because you hear all the narrative. He can't win with his feet. He can't win with his arm. He can't win with his arm. He can't win with his arm. So here we go. He throws it to the receiver, and it gets dislodged. At that point, I would have kept it. Rick Gonzalez in the house. What's up, Papa? Says, yeah, yo, bear the F down, baby. FGB. What? FGB. What? FGB. Oh, Charlie, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be. King Booker Wells says Ramsey knocked the T out of out of Wilson's first name. O'Shawn Walls, Justin improved on his mechanics. Well, you know what? Why his mechanics improved? Coaching. But I wish him the best, all the best. Man, I really do. I want that kid to be really successful up there in New York, and he's going to have to be because the New York media is worse than the Chicago media. They are worse. So look forward to him having a very productive and successful career in New York. So, but anyway, man, I'm fired up, baby. It's game day. It is game day, and I hope you saw the way Detroit looked. They look like crap. Why? Coaching matters. All right, no more Ben Johnson, no more Aaron Glenn. The passing game coordinator is gone too. A lot of the other assistants, we have Antoine Randall L here with us. Okay, coaching matters. Coaching matters. And you saw how terrible Detroit looked yesterday. And Green Bay looked good. Micah Parsons looked good. Easy to chase down Jared Goff. I wasn't impressed with that. But I'm not saying he's not talented by any stretch. King Booker World says Gibbs touched the ball for 21 times for 50 yards. Let's not forget their center, Frank Ragnow, retired. That was the linchpin, the veteran in that offensive line. And I know you got two good tackles. But when your linchpin is gone, it makes a difference. Yes, it makes a difference. You know what? It's kind of like family. You know when your grandpa, usually the grandma, when the grandmother passes away in a family, a lot of times, it happened in my family. A lot of times the family just goes to shit. That's what happened to mine. Cornelius Squalls, the Detroit O-line doesn't look like the best in the league anymore. I'm telling you, they lost. Frank Ragnow was the man. He was that guy. So, and I'm not sure how good Green Bay looked versus how bad Detroit looked. I'm not sure. But the bad part for us is we don't have to face Green Bay till later. At that point, that that Micah Parsons situation is going to iron itself out. He will be comfortable in that defense by the time we play them, by the time we meet. Yeah. Tunnel King Book of World, he said, what I love was the cockiness of Lion fans. Like, yeah, we lost to OC, but we still have the same players. Yeah. But you don't have the same play caller. You don't have the same play caller. That's kind of important. That's kind of important. Look at my White Sox, 7-3 in their last 10 games. We're talking about it, baby. I love it. I'm probably going to the game tomorrow with my man Ken Davis. Yes, Rick. Rick says, Michelle Walls, FGB, hope all is well. Sox are cooking, Mr. Southside. It's good to see them. Cubs are struggling, man. The Cubs just, man, they're 5-5 in their last 10. They're 7.5 back. So let's just. Here's the thing that about the Cubs. 143, so 19 games left. You win 12 or more of those games, it's a whole different feeling going into the postseason. You win 12 or more of those games, and PCA starts to play. You got to throw that caveat in there. Because King Tuck seems to have woken up. You need Seiya Suzuki as well. And the Cubs can be a dangerous team. The Cubs can be a dangerous team. They already saw, I'm telling you, if PCA starts, and this could be the right time for his slump and start getting back to that first half form. Him, Tuck, man, there's a chance. There's a chance. So, hey, but listen, let me take a quick break. Let me get the warden off to CrossFit on the other side. We'll actually get in the top of the morning topics. All right, so don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Operator 901, where's the emergency?
127 Brynmere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency
Do you
line.
know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Okay, is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe. But some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
No, I don't know though. I'm scared. I mean, you're so
you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
High in the air to left field. It is Robertson near the foul pole, jumping up. Oh, what a catch! Unbelievable grab. Will Robertson. You are going to see that on every highlight show tonight. Lenine Sosa gets a hold of one. Straightaway center, backing up at the wall. It is gone. A monster shot to straightaway center. And Lenine Sosa continues to show the power. His team leading 20th home run of the season. Up the middle, and it gets through. My drop scores. Michael A. Taylor's waved in. And the Sox take a 6-4 lead here in this 8th inning as Lenine Sosa drives in 2.
Yeah, baby, baby. Welcome back to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of Chicago Sports Network. Those were the good guys from the South Side. Man, in the big D. Messing up D. Detroit sucks. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Again, those clips courtesy of Chicago Sports Network. Man. Woo-wee. Let's get started, baby, guys. You know how we do the first segment of every show. Top of the morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
See, the first top of the morning topic. Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Which way do we go? You know where we're going, baby. Stop playing. Stop playing. You know where we're going. The good guys, baby. That's what we're talking about. The good guys. The guys take the series from the Detroit Tigers. Man, with a big win yesterday, 6-4 up in Motown. I like it. It beat Davis Martin. He wasn't the starter. They had a starter, and he came in. He had 5 1/3, 2 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 3 free passes, 3 Ks. Andrew Benintendi, 2 for 3 with a double, his 16th. Driving in his 57th and 58th runs of the season. Lenine Sosa, you saw in the highlights, he was 2 for 4 with a homer, his 20th of the year, driving in 3. Not one, not 2, but 3 of them. 3 ribbies, bringing his total up to 65 on the season. And Robertson drove in an RBI yesterday, as well as robbing a home run, as you saw in those highlights. What an amazing. Now, that was robbing a home run. That was robbing a home run. Whew. His whole arm, his whole arm was over the wall. He's like his armpit. Incredible. Great play by Robinson. But keeping it moving, the next top of the morning topic, the White Sox host the Rays on Tuesday because they're off today. They deserve a day off. Okay, first pitch is at 6:40 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Chicago Sports Net or listen to it on their flagship station, ESPN 1000. That's 1000 a.m. The probables for that game for Tampa Bay, Adrian Hauser is on the bump. He's 8-4 with a 3.01 ERA going up against Yoendris Gomez for the good guys. He's 3-2 with a 4.79 ERA. most likely will be at that game with Ken Davis and the man Emilio Bucks. We should get our tickets today, so it should be a pretty good time to catch up with them. See, the next top of the morning topic. Moving on to the left, Cubs. Man, it's a tough one. Tough one for the Cubs. The Cubs fall to the Nationals, lose the series. They fall to the Nationals 6-3. Colin Ray, he went 5 1/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 6 punch outs. Carson Kelly 2 for 4 with 2 homers, his 15th and 16th of the season, driving in his 48th and 49th RBIs on the campaign. And Seiya Suzuki himself with an RBI, his 90th of the season. Staying with the Cubs, the next top of the morning topic, the Cubs travel to the ATL for 3 games starting tonight. First pitch. Hey, when you got fat fingers and you hit the wrong, his eye is right next to O. First pitch is at 6:15 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on the Marquee Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 670 a.m. The probables for tonight's game. For the Northsiders, Shota Imanaga is on the bump for you guys. He's 9-8 with a 3.15 ERA going up against Bryce Elder. For the Bravos, he's 6-9 with a 5.54 ERA. Moving on, baby. Moving on. The next top of the morning topic. This was a rough one. Man, Chicago Sky. Woo. Got it handed to him, boy. Chicago Sky fell to the Las Vegas Aces 80-66. King Book of World, your future ex-wife, Camila Cardoso, 10 points, 15 rebounds. She had 10 points in the first half and didn't score in the second. Rachel Banham and Miguel Onyenwere each had 12 points for the ladies. If you recall, Angel Reese was suspended for the first game. For the first half of the game, but she set out with the second half of the game with back issues. So that was that. Man, our girls, whew, that was tough. I don't know what to say about those girls. It's frustrating. But we'll move on. Let's get it. And the next top of the morning topic, we know what it is. The Bears open the season tonight on Monday Night Football against the Vikings at home on the lakefront. Kickoff is at 7:15. You can catch that game on ABC 7 here locally or on ESPN. And you want to listen to it on the radio, you can listen to it on ESPN 1000, their flagship station. That's 1000 AM. Man, I am excited about it. I'm really excited about it. And I know I try to stay, I tell you guys to stay present and stay reasonable with your expectations. I have a feeling that the Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams specific offense will be a good one. I think they're gonna be a good one. How you guys are talking about? Junior asked Jay Grizz, he said, how was the Philly media treating that Philly's Karen that took the ball from the kid? So if you didn't see that, yeah. So if you didn't see it, there was a home run ball hit, and a lady caught it but dropped it. She had it and it hit her, and it fell in the row in front of her. You know, when home run is hit, everybody goes to the ball like, piranhas on a carcass. Okay. So the guy gets it. The ball falls to the lady. The guy gets it in front. It falls in the next row in front of her. He gets it, walks over, is fired up, holds the ball up, gives it to his son. She comes over and yelling at him, saying, "It's my ball because it hit my hand, blah, 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 blah." So this dude, in an act of cowardice, gives her the ball back, takes it from his son's mitt that he just gave it to, gives it back, gives it to this Karen, and she walks back like she did something. First of all, King Booker World, I hear you, bro. Junior, that dad should be ashamed of himself. You come at my shorties like that or make that male or female, you getting Sparta kicked in the chin. I'd have been like, no, you're not getting that ball. You did not. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Home run balls are fair game. You caught it. You dropped it. It's on the floor. It's fair game. I got it. My son has it. Get the fuck away from me. Because she came over like mad. Like mad. Like he took it out of her hands, mad. And that father took it out of his son's glove. How does your son look at you now, man? If you're a father, how does your son look at you? And the Phillies ended up giving the kid a whole bunch of swag and stuff like that. But that's not the point. The point is, as a dad, someone comes and says, "No, give me that from your kid," and you do that? Man, someone needs to give him some sweet chin music, man. Ever. Man, give me that ball in your son's glove. I'll give you these 5 right here before you get the ball out of my son's glove. Get your ass out of here, male or female. Tell him, King Booker World. Man. Man, I'm telling you. Cornelia says, "I've been watching Brett Coleman's clip, Sickos, the matchup between Ben Johnson and Flores, and now I know why Ben has been putting DJ in the backfield." King Booker World, yeah, he says, "I was more mad at him, the father, than her." So was I. I'm like, don't ever take anything away from my kid that I got for them. No way. No way. Cornelius, you're talking about the matchup. What was your thing? Is it because, like I was talking about it before, you get him, everyone has to be accounted for. You can only go a nickel. So if you're not going to be nickel, you got 4 wides. You got 3 corners, 1, 2 in a slot corner, a nickel corner. Then a 4th would be, now you get to linebacker and then more in there. Now that's probably your second linebacker. You put DJ against a linebacker. Come on, man. And God forbid that linebacker blitz. Whew. What did you see, Cornelius? What did you see? But man, I'm telling you, that's I am very excited because of the matchups. I'm excited because of the matchups, man. Junior, are you serious? Junior says it was his son's birthday. Is that the case? You confirm that? They confirmed that it was? Because if it was his son's birthday and he did that, he needs to be kicked in his baby nuts. The father. No way, man. No way on God's green earth am I giving that up. Especially to a Karen. Get out of here, girl. Better get your ass over there back to your husband. Hey, homie, come get your wife. He's like, he's probably like, hey, I got to go home with her. I said, like, come get your wife. Oh, Junior said, yes, they did confirm it. Wow. Oh, yeah, because they talked to him because they gave him, like I said, the Phillies gave him a whole bunch of swag after they saw it, and which is cool. That's good shit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Our organization sees that. Cool. Let's go get that family, get him something. It's all about the kids, man. It's all about the kids and their experience. This is why King Book World and I are livid at the father. How cool are you as a dad if on my birthday you get a foul ball or a home run ball and give it to me? On my birthday, we're at the game. Like, you talk about putting your dad up on a pedestal, heavens high. Jesus Christ, he's up there. There ain't shit he can do. My dad's going to be the best dad ever. On my birthday, got me a baseball. Oh, then you give it to a Karen because she comes. As high as that pedestal would have been, that's how low you sink to me, dude. That's how low in hell you sink to me. Protect your kids. Do everything you can for them. Okay? Man. They gave the kid a bat from the guy who hit the home run and he met the player. Oh, dude, that was dope. And I'm sure he's happy because he got all that stuff, but you got to look at your dad in a different light. And I know if he didn't do that, if his dad didn't bitch up and give the ball to the Karen, the kid wouldn't have gotten the home run ball, the bat, and met the player. I get it. So, but still, you're a damn fool. He said, if my father caught a baseball for me on my birthday, he's going on the mantle in the crib right next to the picture of Black Jesus and a copy of The Last Dragon. That a VHS copy? Or a beta? That's a terrible human being. Yeah, she is. Like, how miserable do you have to be to go take something from a kid, lady? Oh, damn it. See, son of a biscuit. They had on Facebook this morning, they had a picture. So you know the Facebook thing where they had you look like an action figure? You know, you put yourself, you try yourself, you look like an action figure. They had Karen Ball Snatcher. Ball stealer. Oh no, they don't have this one. Ah, goodness. I have it here. But it was on Facebook. I tried to look it up and try to Google the image. Maybe let's see. I'm telling you, that thing was so hilarious. So hilarious. Yes, they have it. Oh. The internet is undefeated. I'm telling you, this is awesome. I'm gonna put this up. You done messed up now, woman. Oh, dude, this is awesome. I'm telling you. The dad said he wanted to teach his son to be the bigger and better man. No. No. Don't give me that bullshit. Don't give me that bullshit. Bigger and better man. No. It's a home run ball. Okay? The ball is free until someone has it. Not until someone has it and loses possession of it. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. See, and that's the problem with this world. That's exactly the problem with this world today. Oh, well, no, you're not a bigger and better man. It's all one. It's every man for themselves. Every man for themselves. See, this is the type of thing this is what's wrong with our society today. Because someone bitches and moans, okay, well, let's not upset him. We'll just give him the ball. No. This life is about going to get what it is that you want. Not giving it up because someone else bitches and moans about it and complains that they weren't able to get it done. That's a life lesson right there. Junior said if that guy grabbed and yanked her arm the way she did his, she would have had him arrested. Yo, he assaulted me. He assaulted me. Junior said he said that she told him the ball landed in her seats. Yeah, but you didn't control it. So you had no possession. So this is hilarious. This is what Facebook did. I love this. This is awesome. I think of all the baseballs. This is awesome. Sometimes the internet is amazing. And this is one of those times. That is awesome. Black Diamond in the house. What's up, Bubba? How are you? Karen Ball Snatcher. And tell me, this is perfect timing because guess what? Boom. The spirit of Halloween, you can dress like her. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. So any big the retail space that's closed down that has a spirit Halloween, it gets turned into a Halloween shop right about now. Look for this outfit. Oh my God, that is awesome. This internet is awesome sometimes. And this is one of those times. Shawn, just laugh my freaking ass off. Cornelius with the laughs. King of Book of World said, oh, she about to be hood famous. I can't confirm this, but someone they have her name. They have her name and everything, so she was put out on blast. And apparently, according to the internet, and I don't know if it's true or not. They said she got fired or someone, but I'm like, how would they know? Would they fire her, call her up right there? I don't know. But come on, dude, taking shit from a kid. All right, you lost it, and then you go back and you go over there and you argue. I need this back. What? Get your crazy ass. You're crazy than a mug. I wish I wish a motherfucker would. Sorry, that's not the educated Holy Cross Shawn coming out right now. That's growing up on the South Side, 63rd in California coming out. I wish a motherfucker would. Wait, you want this ball? When I gave it to my son? It is. King Booker World said, that's perfect down to the hair. I'm telling you, the internet is undefeated, bro. Jay Grizz with the laughing emojis. Oh, man. Jay Grizz, you're a fool. Philly has carried the ball snatcher. Now all they need is Jalen Hoktui Carter doll. Oh, snap. You guys are killing me. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. Oh, goodness. Sometimes things just... Oh, goodness gracious. That's awesome. Oh, Lord have mercy. That lady. Listen, I'm gonna see if Steve can get that clip. And show you. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, because Jay Grizz, you said you didn't see it. Who didn't see it? You didn't see it, Jay Grizz? Is that who it was? Yeah, well, I'll see if Steve can give me that clip. Dude, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, pause, King Book World. Oh, snap. You're out of control. Listen, we got to take a break. You guys are wilding today, boy, and I love it. I love it. You guys are wild today, and on the other side of the break, we're going to welcome my mans and them, Ken Davis. We're going to ask him about this whole thing. All right, so don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings. I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
It's a romance sport. What? It's a romance sport like that.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Everybody in a work zone is someone's somebody.
This is my mom. She works for KDOT.
This is my dad.
This is my mom.
This is my daddy.
This is my sister.
This is my daddy.
This is my son, Scott. He was killed while working in a highway work zone. When you drive through a work zone, drive like a life depends on it. Because it does.
Hey Ben, operationally with Caleb, how would you characterize specifically where you saw growth from the spring to where he is now?
There was, there's a lot of new, from the play call, the verbiage, the cadence, the motions. There's a ton of new. So it was just getting a little bit more in tune with what we were looking for, the tempo with which we want to play. We haven't, shied away from the fact that it was going to take some reps and some time, and so that's what we had. And I thought once we got all the installs in over the course of the summer, things started to slow down a little bit for him, and we were able to play more with the tempo that we were looking for. So it's a weapon that we're going to use is the cadence, the motions, the shifts. I think this day and age football, I think it's a huge advantage for the offense when we can use that to attack the defense. And so he's done a nice job being able to digest that, and we're trying to find that right balancing act for a young player that's still learning some new concepts.
I've heard people say that too much of anything is not good for you, baby. But I don't know about that. As many times as we've loved and we've shared love and made love, it doesn't seem to me like it's enough. It's just not enough, baby.
Welcome back to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those comes courtesy of the Chicago Bears. That was our man, Ben Davis. Coaching matters. Coaching matters. And if you don't believe me, look at Detroit yesterday, baby. Offensive coordinator gone, defensive coordinator gone, and they looked out of sorts, so to speak. Let's not get it twisted. Green Bay played well. Okay? Green Bay played well. But they looked out of sorts. And I can't wait till we handle the Minnesota Vikings this week and we can really focus on them next week. But my guest, and keep me grounded right here, looking forward to tonight. He's a former host of the Under Center podcast that was on NBC Sports Chicago, also host of that Davis show. You saw the intro. A man's in them. Ken Davis. Ken, what's up, Papa? How are you?
What's going on, Shawn? What's going on, everybody?
Bro,
How we doing over? I'm definitely interested to see how tonight goes. I think partially the Vikings could be ripe for a picking, but that's partially due to the fact that you got JJ, second-year player, but still hasn't started a game within the NFL. So I'm excited, but we still got to remember who their defensive coordinator is. We still got to remember who their head coach / offensive play caller is. They on both sides of the ball, they have two smart tacticians. Like that's one thing. For real. Right? You have one of. I mean, think about it like this: you have a defensive coordinator that, when they didn't have a lot of depth on defense, could still dial up pressure. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you have a coach whoever he puts in under center, he finds a way to get the best out of those players. We see the contract that Sam Darnold now has with Seattle. And so just when you think about it, I mean, it wouldn't shock me that if the Vikings won tonight, but I'm a Bears fan, one. Let me lead off with that. It's not one of those teams where, for instance, now you were kind of alluded to this prior to me coming on, what we saw from the Packers yesterday, where that could be because, you know, the question really with the Pack is Jordan Love. And if Jordan Love is playing closer to MVP status, Packers are going to be a problem. You know, if he is mid, there's chances. But you mentioned the Lions, and now that we have their offensive play caller, but let's not forget, Aaron Glenn is running the Jets defense. And you saw that. I want to say this about the Lions, though, real quick before getting back to tonight's game. I think we have to still let them build because you still have two new play callers. You still have Dan Quinn getting used to those guys, coaching up under him, you know, as being the primary handlers of the offense and defense. They still have some real smart players on offense. You know, I saw like one of my buddies that used to be in media, this Lions fan from Detroit, and he was like, man, we got a dink and dunk offense. And it's like, you got to give them a minute to figure out what this iteration of that offense will be. Because they still have the ballers. The question will be the offensive line losing two of their offensive linemen, and we saw the pressure that Jared Goff was getting yesterday. But back to tonight,
but that's what I said earlier, Ken. I was like, the biggest thing was Frank Ragnow.
Yeah, up the middle, dude.
I put it like a family. You know how when the grandma dies and the family goes to shit.
It's messed up. It's messed up.
Yeah,
especially
like my family.
Her house was the gathering spot.
Yes,
now there's no gathering spot, and that's the center. You know, I mean, it's not even just. I mean, of course, you wouldn't want to lose your blind side tackle. You know what I'm saying? But you're talking about the center, and not just an average center. You're talking about
the center. Pro center.
Yeah. So now, dog, and I say it all the time. Hey, the fastest way is the straight line. Yeah. And you saw the pressure. Also, you didn't see the holes as much for those running backs either.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't see, and again, look, I know, of course, they have Micah now, and even though he's not a great run defender, you know, and the kid Jordan Van Ness is looking better. You know, the kid that didn't start at Iowa a couple years ago that came out. You know what I'm saying? You add that to the type of pressure that Micah can dial up, dude. That offensive line and just the run game. Let's look. We said this last time I was on the show. What we could talk about the trickeration and all that. What does Ben Johnson really establish on his offense? Running the football. And that Jahmyr Gibbs didn't get off. Monty did Monty. Monty's going to get some because he's going to brutalize somebody to get a little bit of something. But still, it wasn't the gashes that we saw that sustains Detroit's offense, but also sets up the play action that Jared Goff feasts on. Jared Goff eats on play action like it's going out of style. You know what I'm saying? And if the running game ain't going, we're not biting on nothing for the most part. Not to say there still aren't chances, but you're not going to get those chunk plays through runs and then those big plays off of play action. And now it'll be interesting to see what Detroit does. But if they can get the offensive line to gel, I think they'll be good. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I do, because they still have the talent. You also remember last year how beat up they were on defense, how many casualties they had on the defensive side of the ball, and Aaron Glenn was still coming up with defensive game plans when half the team was injured. Like, there's talent on that team, and let's not question it. They have heart. It's not one of them old bitch ass. It's not a bitch ass team or whatever. They still got
you punk bitch.
Yeah, it's not that. They still have a head coach they respect. They still have dudes in the locker room now. And I always used to make this joke. It'll be interesting to see what Jared Goff does, because a lot of this now, and I said this last time, this is Jared Goff's offense. A lot of this falls on him because he's smart enough. He has to figure it out because he's helping that offensive coordinator. The offensive coordinator has to figure out what Jared is comfortable with and what works for that team. So it'll be interesting. But for the Bears, listen, I'm happy this week that we didn't have to face the Pack to open up, because there's nothing worse. And I'm not saying they would have surely lost with that Packers game, that Lions game yesterday. Man, it's nothing worse than a good Packers team. I mean, to a degree. I don't hate them as much as I used to as a kid, but still, it's still like, man. It also, like, can the quarterback just suck? Like, can we just get to the point where, and again, I'm not totally like Jordan Love is where Favre and Aaron Rodgers was. He's definitely not that. But it's just to be able to never really have a precipitous drop under center is some bullshit.
In the
You know
last
what I'm
30
saying?
years?
Like, that's unfair. That's unfair.
In 30
You know what I'm
years?
saying, dog? We're talking like since what, like 91? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how long it's been since first Favre was throwing picks, but still he was throwing TDs. And then like, I think back to it. It's funny seeing Sterling Sharp going into the Hall of Fame. And I remember when they got Favre, and I remember it being like, man, Shorty got an arm, but he throw the ball away too much. And when Sterling Sharp got hurt, I remember thinking like, damn, it's going to be hard for Shorty now because he don't have Sterling Sharp. But people, I mean, I know us old heads over here know who Sterling Sharp was. People don't know that Sterling Sharp was running on Jerry Rice. Nobody knew Jerry Rice was going to play for 50 years at that point. We thought he was in the middle of his career, the second half of his career in the early 90s. And right there was Sterling Sharp, and Sterling Sharp getting hurt, and it in some ways helped Brett Favre because he spread the ball around a lot more. But getting back to tonight, we'll be interested to see J.J. McCarthy, what he does. But then again, it gets to the head coach.
Let me ask you this question about J.J., Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. Would you be surprised if he came out and slung the hell out of the ball? Because the last time we had, now mind you, it's a little different situation because he basically had a redshirt year. But the last time we had a guy who sat his rookie year and watched the offense in front of him be run effectively was Patrick Mahomes with Alex Smith. And J.J. McCarthy had to look at it in a different view last year as a coach. So now he's sitting there with Sam Darnold saying, hey, look, I would have done this, I would have done this, maybe not this, try this. So you're looking at it differently. So now he's coming in. He's not learning a new system. He's still in the same system, but now it's his chance to grab the reins. Would you be really surprised if J.J. McCarthy came out and just diced up this defense, especially because J.J. might not Jalen Johnson might not play. Kyler Gordon's out of the injured list. We still don't know who the other pitcher is.
I like your question, to be honest with you, and it's funny. I'll say this. I think they'll have plays dialed up, so it wouldn't surprise me. Let's just say the first 15 plays are set up because, dog, they've had the entire offseason for this game. You know, you've been a coach. You start off with the first quarter when you're starting off all doing the stuff during training and all that. You're looking at the first few games, you know what I'm saying? And you're trying to implement and put stuff in for those first few games. You know what I'm saying? And Shorty, I apologize I didn't get back to you. Hit me up again. I ain't see it till a couple of days later. But this is the thing. I love your question too. I want to say that. First of all, don't disrespect Baby Goat like that. But I'll tell you why. I'll tell you the reason, because your premise is kind of correct. But let's not forget this. Patrick Mahomes was healthy that year he sat.
Yeah.
Where you have J.J. McCarthy had a tore up knee. So the reps that J.J. McCarthy would get, that Patrick Mahomes got that rookie season, J.J. McCarthy didn't get those. Now, let's not forget you had people talking about leaving the practice in the facility of Kansas City back then, and the word was out that Mahomes was cooking. You know, like, next year, look out because this kid could be something. Now, nobody knew he was going to be, you know, perhaps the second greatest guy right now to play quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew that. But I think that the thing still is that when you're talking about having Kevin O'Connell, dog, like, let's just, you know, like, that's because, dog, you're talking about this is one of the best offensive minds, particularly when it comes to coaching up quarterbacks. So to get back to your question, no, because you just mentioned it. There's weaknesses in the Bears' backfield. Plus, you want to establish that the fact that they're going to go at you and go deep or whatever. But I would say, if it wouldn't shock me in the beginning of the game, it would shock me if they had to stick to it for two reasons. If they stick to the pass, it really means there's problems with the Bears' back end, but also the amount of pressure that they're getting. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless, of course, the Bears go up early and then the Vikings have to play pass because the Bears have scored so many points, they don't want to waste time off the clock with running the ball. If they go to in a primary passing offense with the rookie, it's either the Bears suck on defense or the Bears offense put up a lot of points on them early and they're trying to come back.
King Booker World is a damn Cool. Can somebody explain to me how Sterling Sharp sounds like an architect scholar?
Dude, does this dude do stand? Dog, wait, where can I follow your social media? Because I hope you're not just wasting this. Like, where
chat boards?
Yeah, because this pound for pound, one of the funniest people I ever see in any chat. Like, pound for pound. I never even thought about that. And Shannon talks about how he looks up to him, but you didn't look up to his dad. Like, you didn't look up to none of that.
You don't speak like him. You don't talk like him.
He's so right.
What that Ocho? But yo, you know we gonna do that.
Well, Shannon, let me tell you this. Back then, how it would be. Well, Dion, I would get very distinct. Shannon. Yeah, I would know. I would want the smoke. They didn't have smoke back then, Shannon, but I would want the smoke. Like, that's that right there. I could go now, Shawn. I'm out. Y'all have a good one. My week has started off well. It's time for me to get to going.
George Costanza, you leave on a high note. I'm out. I'm gone.
Dude, yeah, bring him on, shorty.
Oh man! My goodness gracious! They had me crying earlier. They had me crying earlier.
This cat right here, dude, is one. I'm not even just saying that because I'm on. This is, dog. There's not been a time that I've been on this show and he's been in the chat that several times he ain't said some shit that's funny as hell. All right, several times.
Hey, I got a question for you. I know it's not Bears. Did you see the Karen thing yesterday at the Philly?
No, you said the Philly what?
The Phillies, Philadelphia Phillies.
Oh,
game.
You mean the dude did like this when he gave the lady the ball?
Like,
that was like, dog, your family's right there. Like, wait,
your son's right there.
How does she scare you? I can get this. I get someone jumping in your space and initially not seeing them and being like, whoa. But for him to foil his hands
like a little.
Yeah, and dude, I'm sorry. I'm a nice person. I sometimes will bend over backwards. She's not getting that ball. I gave it to my kid. Now look, it did work out because you saw the kid got all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it benefited him, but still, like, no, dog. There was no. I didn't know. Again, we can't see from where he grabbed the ball. It didn't seem like she was close enough to me that he actually what they said. She said, I didn't see any interview with her. So let me say what was reported was that he took the ball out of her hand. It looked like it was she was going for it, he was going for it. He got there before her, is how
it hit, and she lost it. She lost it.
Okay, I see. I didn't know that.
Well, let's check it out.
Well, she looked.
Sorry, Steven didn't get the actual home run ball. So it looked like either she caught it or it was like right in her section, but it fell down the row in front of her. And so the man just went.
Anybody.
That's
for hey, dog.
Fair game.
You know that. No, that is not. You do not. First person touched it does not mean ownership when it comes to a home run baseball. Or I don't know if it was foul. I think it was a home run.
It was a homer. It was a home run.
Yeah. But you see people fumbling and it goes down 2 rows. Nobody brings it back up to the person.
From 200 to 100, you're like,
just the entitlement that people have today to think that belongs to you. Shout out to first of all, I'll never forgive him for this.
Yes.
Shout out to him for wanting to get rid of her. I get the point that he wanted peace and her to get the fuck out of. That was his action was more like, just get the fuck out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I'm not about to spend time going back and forth with you. Get the fuck out of my face. But for her to know he gave it, like, I'll put it like this. If I lost the ball, I'm not running over to you telling you to give me the ball. That's some punk shit. All right. But hypothetically, let's say that was me. where I felt that I had that ball and you took it. Once I saw her give the kid the ball, I'm gonna start walking back because I'm like, well, my grown ass, he gave the kid. Like, if you've ever been like to batting practice, and you've sat out in the bleachers, right? And those balls, I had some balls come close, and when kids were getting close, if I got the ball, I was just gonna give it to the kid because it's like, dog, I'm grown. What I look like? So I got $5.
Oh, dude, I got a funny story. Speaking of that, so we were at the last time the All-Star game was in Chicago, NBA, Major League All-Star game was 1990. Because I was there the day before. I was coming home. I was right after my first year of college. Remember, I graduated in 89 from Rita, 89 and 90. I finished 90 my first year at Holy Cross. One of my buddies, Marcus Duckworth, actually, he went to school with The Rock in Pennsylvania. But anyway, that's not part of the story. But and my cousin was in town. He wanted to come visit me. His parents worked for Continental Airlines. Remember that airline, which is now United? It's Continental Air, so he could fly anywhere he wanted. He's like, hey, I want to come visit. I was like, dude, come on, let's go. He goes, I want to go to the All-Star game. My cousin from California was in, so he's like a big tourist. Every time he likes to do cool shit. So we did. We were and it was the day before, and they're having batting practice. So we're in the left field bleachers, and Chris Sabo's up. Right? You remember Chris Sabo with the Rex Vex from the Cincinnati Reds, third baseman? Mm-hmm. So we're right almost by the fence, like a row or two in front of the fence. Jacks it in batting practice, hits the fence, and drops. All right? And we're all like, ah! And I'm like, I was a half a second too late. I paused, like, and then like piranhas. Damn. Ball pops out. And I was like, oh, and I'm going down, and another dude saw it, and I gave him a shiver. A shiver.
That was a hard shiver. You talking about a 19-year-old pre-Italian Shawn. That's straight out of high school shiver. That's a hard shiver.
And my guy Marcus was jacked, bro. Jacked, like he was ripped, cut up. He was 225, is jacked. I was like, that's my ball. He's like, no, it's not. But I hit that dude. I think he might have even gone into the fence. Oh, man, that's hilarious.
I know like I said, the last time a ball landed right in front of me. This was like 5-6 years ago. And I was going to go for it, but it was right there by the very front of the bleachers. And I knew I was going to have to scratch up all of this to get it fast because it was right next to the concrete. It was right by the wall. And I was like, man, and the kids was coming. I'm like, go ahead, kids. Y'all, I'm like, it's not even, because again, it hit me. I'm going to give it to them. I'm not going to take, if me and 3 kids are all diving for a baseball, that's batting practice too. All right. I'm not about to take this baseball. I'm like, yeah, I got it, you little bastards. No, you don't know. I'm here, man. Take the ball, yo. You got it.
It's batting practice. It's not a walk-off.
Right, exactly. The last home run of your favorite player that's retiring that. Like, it's not, it's like you can have it, man. Like stuff like that. Like, dude, if I had that ball, it would probably be in a box somewhere right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have gotten it a mantle or got it, did something to set it up properly.
And the little gold glove and shit you put it on.
I'm not gonna do that.
From the trophy store.
Right. I'm not spending that on that. So again, getting back to the question, that lady was on some BS. All right there.
I still have that ball. I gotta find it. I still have that ball. Hey, Shorty asked about Sundays. Kevin's gonna join us at Branding Iron. That would be dope.
Oh man, I don't know, man. That's those Sundays a sacred time for me and my football, man. I
hear you, bro. Hey, I'm just
I'm gonna pop out. I'll pop out one of these Sundays. I promise that I'll pop out one of these Sundays. But I'm just even thinking about like some of the stuff I have to do with the family this weekend. Like I know Saturday we got to go to the Burbs, and I'm just probably, I don't know if I'm gonna pop out. I'll pop out one of these, but Sundays usually I like to be alone watching my football.
I know you did.
It's sweet. It's sweet.
Away.
put it in my veins. Like I like to be able to focus. I don't want to hear. I know. I like to be able to rewind. You know, like I like my football is very sacrosanct when it comes with me, man. It's very, you know what I'm saying. It's it reminds me of my youth. So, but I'll pop out. I promise to pop out on one of these events.
So, Mr. Shorty, the answer is no.
No, he won't be there.
He won't be with us Sunday. Hey, dude, they got a great game day special.
What is it?
Tell you, it's $48. First of all, it's open bar. You get an order, you get nachos, and then you get an order of one or two entrees, either slab of ribs or an order of chicken wings, hot wings.
How many wings?
8 or 10.
Okay, that'll work. And I can drink as much as I want.
Yeah, well drinks, and you ain't getting Kettle One and shit for $48.
Oh, well, I know.
I know you knew, but I just had to make sure.
Yeah, I know.
Make sure the disclaimer.
Like, top shelf. Hey, mix the top shelf with my shit. All right.
Yeah, we get some Henny with that.
Up there, yeah. Dog. When's the last time you had some Hennessy? In all fairness, I haven't had Hennessy.
When I was playing ball with the Thunder.
I haven't had, like, unless I don't remember. I haven't had Hennessy in at least like 6 years at least. Hardcore. Like I haven't. Like you get Hennessy, give you a headache. You know, I like whiskey. All right, like just give me
violent too.
Yeah, give me some whiskey, maybe some decent, some good tequila. I'm good with Jay Grizz. Yeah, I play fantasy though, but But Hennessy, man, Hennessy, like you say, Hennessy was like I'm about to go out and I'm on the prowl. Was that like you and your guys, But that was the late '90s, early aughts. That was the go-to drink. Your Hennessy and your Heinekens.
Cool. King Booker World said, I'm still trying to move some stuff around and make it, Shawn. Man, I hope you can, King Booker World. I hope you can. That would be dope. That'd be real dope if you can make it. But back to tonight, man. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I really want to see Caleb do well. And it's been tailored to him. And to me, the thing that he needs to do, and literally, Ken, if he does one thing, this offense is going to be great. If he just takes the singles and doubles, if he just masters that short game, and you don't gotta fucking run around and try to hit somebody deep, hit the tight end, hit the check down, hit DeAndre Swift, hit Kyle Monangai, hit these guys. That 38 yards they're gonna run after still goes on your stats, still goes in you still get credit for it. If he's able to do that, bro, I'm telling you, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a scary, scary offense because. I've seen Tom Brady. First 15 passes of the game ain't more than 12 yards. Slant, curl, quick out, crossing route, boom, boom, boom. He ain't trying to go. He ain't trying to throw it deep. He got playmakers who can make plays after they get the ball. Caleb, understand you got playmakers that can make plays when they get the ball. Get him the God-blessed ball. If he does that, Ken, the sooner he gets comfortable with literally being a game manager, and you got to be ready, like a sniper. Be ready when they come and they creep a safety down or they give you a coverage that you weren't expecting and it opens up. Now you got to take that you got to execute when you can gash him. But if he takes those short routes and becomes efficient, bro, this offense is gonna be crazy.
That's it. I mean, but that's also why you draft someone like a Colston Loveland, just for what you just said. And I mean, again. You can add Cole Kmet in there because if the focus shifts to where now those linebackers and maybe perhaps the safety is really focused on Colston, then if you're in 12, you go out there and you go at Cole Kmet. Also, you can move Colston off the line and basically have trips. You know what I'm saying? Because of the type of wide receiver basically he's a glorified wide receiver. That's to the point. That's why you have a running back like Swift who's more of a catching outside the tackle running back than necessarily between the tackles running back. Everything that you said is if he does that, there's very little that we have to worry about outside of him staying healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, that is exactly what his head coach wants. Because, dude, if you're doing that, then all the razzle dazzle, then I can start throwing the razzle dazzle all on it. Because now they're not gonna know when it's coming because we're consistently getting shots. You mentioned Tom Brady. Tom Brady kept him 5'9", somewhat athletic white wide receiver, right? Before, but for what you're saying, someone, Wes Welker,
and Edelman.
And Edelman. And it was always built for just what you said. Now, there were times where those guys were getting passes, past 10, 15 yards, but they were guys that, I'm not saying this as an apples to apples comparison, but they were guys that was like a West Coast offense running back. I'm talking about a Walsh West Coast offense running back, where it's like, I don't have to hand you the ball to get these 8 yards. You can sit there, run for 3 yards. I can dip the ball off. And now, because we've sent everything over this way, you can perhaps gain a first down. Like that's what any offense, for the most part, you want to see. Consistent. Dog, if you keep chopping, it's gonna drop. If you boxing, what's the thing? Let your jab go. You know what I'm saying? Because it's consistency, just it's cumulative. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that's what happened. I'm not in the mood for a bad Bears Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we'll be the first person to say that the sky is falling. You know what I'm saying? Like week 1, the sky is falling. We're still. They're all learning a new offense. What did we talk about the last time I was here? Breaking Caleb down. Like bust him down, dog. Tear him to the studs. He's there. Nothing last year matters in this outside of he's used to the speed of football in the pros. Outside of him now knowing that's outside of that, all that shit is trash, basically. You know what I'm saying? Break him down so you can build him up for, and I'm saying this in as far as Ben Johnson, for your best advantage of you prolonging your career, so that you can say, you know what, you don't want to have any mistakes with taking his job and being like, I should have did this with Caleb. You want to be like, even if it fails, either I did it my way and some of my ways didn't fail, or I did it my way and the kid just wasn't the player that I expected the kid to be. You know what I'm saying? So you did that, man. That's all that you can really ask for.
Yeah, and I love Zacchaeus Olamide Zacchaeus. Dude, he showed in that last preseason game. Whew, and he's gonna give Luther Burden some problems.
But you go ahead.
And if Luther Burden, Luther Burden's gonna learn from that. And once Luther Burden is able to, once he's on the field, Lord have mercy. Like those dudes get like the Yak Monsters. I just hope. I don't know how I could get and break into Caleb. Like, look, bro, just get them the ball as soon as freaking possible. I said on the show, I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like 21 or 20 of 26 for 350 yards. How the hell do you know that? Motherfucker just ran. They caught it, broke one tackle, and ran. Ran for 34, ran for 16, ran for 29, ran for 57. He has all his receivers, minus Cole Kmet. All his receivers are people who can run after the ball.
Yeah.
After the catch.
Yeah.
Keep looking so damn full. He's like, Ole Zacatacos.
And shout out to him being clean for 9 years, too. I saw that in the chat. Shout out to Book on that.
Yeah, good stuff.
But look,
bro.
that dude, everything you say is just facts. We'll have to see it. He's gonna have some brain farts.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a couple of brain farts. Hopefully they're not costly. You know what I'm saying? But like, you get the fucking ball out your hands. And also, and this one thing, like watching football out of yesterday, man, and climb the fucking pocket. Like sometimes it's like, dude, you don't. Yes, please, dude. There's steps right in front of you that if that tackle is just got his hands on that edge rusher, is going to allow you to have at least a second and a half more that you can figure out what you're going to do with the ball. Like climb. And again, we talked about this last time I was on the show. Guard, center, guard. You're supposedly they're stout right there. Climb the pocket. Do not spend too much time back here whirling dervishing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna run into sacks. Climb the damn pocket, man, and just get the ball. Get the ball out. Even if they're incompletions, get the damn ball out. Like that's the biggest thing. Do not hold on to that unless it's a situation where it'll be a costly situation and it's better to take a sack. But that's not that usually. That's more out of beginning sack. That's usually the latter, particularly with a young quarterback who doesn't know better. Or veterans know majority of the times where it's just, all right, I'm going to take this sack. Young quarterbacks don't know necessarily when it's time to just, hey, live to fight another day. You know what I'm saying? Like, outside of that, man, just do that. And Hey man, it'll be what it's going to be. The Bears, again, if they have more pressure up front, if you're talking about that we're going to get, a younger Jarrett, I don't think necessarily Grady Jarrett. It may not last the entire season. You got to monitor his reps. But if he's playing well and if Montez Sweat steps up and you're getting pressure, this a kid, that quarterback's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. A guy that had problems throwing to his left at Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know in preseason he's shown that he can't do that now. But still, he has not had that fire on him in the pros. That's one. Dog, he has not gotten his ass whipped in the pros. Yes, and then you could be the first team to whip his ass and make him be like, it's for real out here. Right? Let him adjust to these other teams, right? But you could be the first team to batter him, right? Like, this is one of those games, I hate to say it, again, maybe one costly whistle, but play a little across the line with this kid. Yeah. The echo. We play it to the echo of the whistle.
Echo of the whistle.
All right.
I want to see him like this on the sideline, like
yes, dude. Just like you want them to have to pick him up a couple times, him flustered, mad at the line. You want to see, like, this is the time, Dennis Allen. If you're not getting pressure, then this is simple football. I'm not saying something that's rocket science. You better have your blitzers ready, because this is a kid that's ready to give you the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting back to something that you asked earlier. This was a guy that Jim Harbaugh took the ball out of his hands in the playoff games. Let's not forget that they went in the second half and Shorty had like 2 or 3 passes, you know what I'm saying, in the playoffs. I
don't know if I agree with that, bro. I think he just had an offensive line and he had stud running backs. Like, look,
dude, wait. But Shawn, you just don't, dog. First of all, this kid's going in the draft, right? I know we want to win, but we should be able to win with the fact that if he's a good quarterback, we can still pass the damn rock. All right, like they went run out of fear that, because let's not forget the Alabama game where he gave it up early, like that dog. That game, don't you break him up? You get me in my feels. Let's not go back. Like, nah, again, JJ McCarthy, I think he has it. I think he's mentally built well, but he has to be trained up. Like, Jim Harbaugh knew his limitations, and as a good head coach, he knew, okay, we're not going to put the ball in his hands, because, as you said, we do have this offensive line. But still, you usually don't go one-dimensional like that, even with having a really good offensive line. There's some teams with awesome offensive line that still pass the damn rock.
Dude, I think Jim Harbaugh is old school, and if he could run 40 times a game, he would. I mean, he just happened to have a guy named Justin Herbert who was established.
He didn't do that with Colin. He didn't do that at Stanford.
He did. They ran the ball crazier with Colin Kaepernick.
No, I'm talking about taking the dog. He shut the passing game down, Shawn. This wasn't, I like to run the football. Me and you are running the football guys. There's a difference between establishing the run and I'm scared of you throwing the rock. Those are vastly different. You could tell by how the game played. Dog, in the first half, he was throwing the damn football. Why'd they stop? So why not just run the ball the whole entire fucking game? Because he got scared and was like, this motherfucker's going to cost me my shit. I'm trying to get up out of here so I can get this NFL money, right? And the NCAA is on my ass. The Big Ten's on my ass. It's time to get up out here, right? And look, Jim Harbaugh did what he was supposed to do. They won the college football championship. But there were some concerns. There was a reason why he wasn't the first guy to come off the board he was on the national championship winning team. He played within the Big Ten. He's been in high pressure games the last couple of seasons. This was a guy that if he was him, you would be like, yo, he's got to come off the board earlier than where he got selected. But again, I'm not saying it's impossible he may not be good. I'm saying that we've seen his limitations. There are limitations to McCarthy, right? And we have to see, has he grown past those limitations? And some of it's going to take the season. It's going to take live action. He's going to have to do it in the pros to get used to it. The same stuff we said about Caleb, what was worth value from last year is live action in the pros because it's faster than you ever see. These guys are bigger, they're faster. These defenses are a lot more complex. It's a lot more confusing. This is not the
more athletic.
The post snap movement, like he has to get out there and be like, get to the point where it's like, all right, now it's slowing down to me, similar to how it felt when I was playing in college. Hey, Patty.
So who do you think has more pressure on him, Caleb or JJ today?
That's a really good question. I think Caleb does, and I would want to say JJ, but everything I just said, JJ wasn't drafted number 1. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't taken. Like we have to start, even though they were going to probably start him last year. Maybe bring him because Sam Darnold has showed that, you know what, let me be the guy that kind of gets him ready and then you put him in. But they were going to play him last season. I think with, you know, the hit piece that came out on Caleb recently, that it's you know, to be honest, it's always going to be Caleb. That's part of it being Caleb. Caleb is going to have heat on him until Caleb shows that he is really good. It's going to be on his ass, right? And some of that is his fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do. You are the first NIL huge contract quarterback, right? He really didn't. If you really think, I think some of the BS, because people would think that he was outside. Like, you didn't see him like in Hollywood all over the place, anything like that.
No, he didn't. Not at premieres, red carpets. No,
right.
He wasn't.
So, but people they act like he was that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they act like he wasn't a guy you saw like that. But because that's what people believe, regardless if it's true or not, it's going to be on him. So regardless of, I wish it wasn't, I think the fact, and also expectations, he was the number 1, he was the first drafted quarterback. The guy drafted behind him has proven to be better than him. He may never be better than Jaden Daniels. Let me say that, right? Like, I'm a Caleb guy, and I've said it on here. I was not off on Jaden Daniels. To me, it was always close. It was, can Jaden Daniels stay healthy, how slim he is, because he likes to run the football. I think it was malfeasance on Ryan Poles not to bring them both in, for real. And I hope Caleb is better than Jaden Daniels, but there's a chance he will never be. And that's if Jaden Daniels continues to ascend. Now, if he regresses, but going off of what he took the Commanders to the NFC championship last year, and he was one of the main. It wasn't like he was along for the ride. You know what I'm saying? Like,
with him, he was one of the reasons they were there.
Right. Get on my back and I'll carry you over there. So all of that counts against Caleb, that Caleb has to show I'm who I'm supposed to be. So until Caleb starts showing that, for the most part, Shawn, unless there's a story going on about an opposing quarterback that's in the news or whatever, it's always going to be like, even just think about it. If it was, let's say the Bears were playing the Titans tonight, right? Cam Ward being the number 1 pick, we would think it's Cam Ward. It would really, but like this year wasn't a quarterback draft like that. So there's a difference. There's a difference in that when you're talking about a draft where people are like, it's low. Look, right now, and it's still early. I know Bo Nix had some off games down the stretch, but Bo Nix has shown that he can play well. Penix is showing that. Look, the thing with Penix was staying healthy. The reason I would have never touched him was his legs. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he never got quarterback, right? If he never was getting hurt all those years, he would have been high on my draft board. But to me, you couldn't take him that high in the draft, knowing that his knees are glass. You know what I'm saying? But again, that draft was looked at as a loaded draft. So even if Cam Ward and Caleb was playing tonight, I think the story would still be more about Caleb. It'll be both of them being number 1 picks. I'm sure whatever platform would tell us how many times number 1 picks have played during September in this weather, you know, and something like that. But it will still be about Caleb, because Caleb has been one of the more hyped quarterbacks probably since Trevor Lawrence came out. I think Trevor Lawrence is because Trevor Lawrence was big. I think because Trevor Lawrence hasn't been the player that we thought he was going to be in the pros. But you got to think, people was waiting for Trevor Lawrence to come. That man, he beat Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trevor Lawrence at Clemson, and I'm not a Dabo guy, but the hype on Trevor Lawrence was huge. And it pushed that draft up, partially because of him, of course, Justin, and then Zach Wilson came on later. And, of course, there was no reason to draft a kid out of South Dakota, which I probably would have taken him too. Like, I still think about the 49ers got away with that. Traded up and just blew it. And luckily had a guy in the 6th, 7th round that was able to fix that situation. But yeah, I think still, to get back to your question, it's more about Caleb than it is about JJ, because there's built-in excuses for JJ. He was hurt last year. He's just beginning. So people will be hesitant to load up on JJ, where people are always waiting to posterize Caleb. And that just comes with it. I'm not saying, woe is Caleb. Hey, you want it? This is what you're going to get.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think it's going to be Caleb. The most approved. JJ's a rookie. All right. And you want to see Caleb take a big step with a new offense that's tailored to him, with the hottest offensive coordinator in the game. All right. And yeah, I think, and it's if they lose, I want to see how Caleb plays. Because you can still play well and we lose. That's not out of the realm of possibility. He can still play well and we lose. So, our secondary's jacked up. Who the hell's opposite Sweat? Grady Jarrett, what are we getting from him? So there's a whole bunch of ways that we can lose.
The dude from Indiana, the Colts defensive end, he said the Chicago Mustangs. Yeah, I don't know if Trey Lance is still playing. Thanks, Mondo, because I'm sure they're blank on his name. But Trey Lance, dude. Like, no, dude, they definitely can lose and it still be a good game for Caleb. But sooner or later he has to start winning. Like last year is fine. And also this team, I saw Buka mention Fields. This dog, he's had more talent than, and I'm not trying to do a Justin Caleb thing. That's not what I'm saying is. The amount of talent they put on this team. Now last year they gave him talent without an offensive line. Right. So I can't really stand up. And some of it definitely he took sacks, unnecessary sacks. I want to say that. But now, and it's not the greatest offensive line. This isn't the Hogs, from the Slurs back in the 90s and the late 80s. Right. But still, you still have a really good guard, You got a Hall of Fame guard. Right. Drew may be a Hall of Fame center. We'll see. This actually will be the part of his career now, being on his second deal, where he'll establish if he's a Hall of Famer. I don't know about Jackson. We'll see. He may just be good. Hopefully he's not serviceable. Right. And Donnell Rice still has talent. We have to see if he can live up to the talent that he has. But our only question, and again, you still have to see what you got from Wright, is really left tackle. And he's serviceable. Braxton is serviceable. We want more. Bears fans have always wanted better left tackles. All right. And I'm not saying in a bad way. You should want your quarterback to be protected. It's been a long time since Jimbo Covert, or like we had somebody that you're like, damn, they got a left tackle that's that guy. Usually they're messing around and popping somebody over there. But yeah.
He has from right tackle to left tackle.
That's what I meant. That's why I was going with John Tate. Taking long and putting him at right tackle. But he has, because sooner or later it's going to get to the point of the hype. The juice was more than the squeeze with Caleb. You know what I'm saying? Like it is. And I want Caleb to be the best, but I'm not going to lie for Caleb. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, just one of those people that's like, it's Caleb or nothing. No, if he's showing that he's ass, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to be honest and be like, yo, Shorty is ass right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just.
Well, let me ask you this then. How comfortable do you feel if Caleb got hurt? Not wishing it, of course.
You said Pirate Pringle. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How comfortable would you feel if Tyson Bagent took over, because Caleb got hurt?
I've always been a Tyson Bagent fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not Tyson Bagent is exactly who I want him to be. He's a guy that I don't know if he can be an every game starter. Right now, we know he's an excellent spot starter, and he's a guy that I would like to. And this is, of course, if Caleb is a really good quarterback. If Caleb is average, I have no problem at some point you want to find out who's the best between them. I'm not one of those like a kid. You have to go through this year for the most part, or majority of this year. you have to see what Caleb you gave. He's the first pick in the draft. And last year we know it was bullshit. Like, so you giving him the quarter, you gave him the coach, you've given him a better line. He has the weapons. You have to find out what he is before you move on from him. But I'm not like I'm not to the point where I'm like it can never happen. But right now we have to see. I'm gonna finish this on Tyson Bagent. Tyson Bagent is a guy that I will hope. And I mean, it has to be a pick bigger than 7th or perhaps 6th. I hope he was a guy that Caleb is really good and Tyson is good enough that another team wants to trade for him so the Bears can get another pick for him and then do that again with another backup quarterback. Like we've always wanted what Mike Holmgren was doing with the Packers back in the day. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about Brunell, Hasselbeck, Aaron Brooks, we've always wanted Matt Flynn. We've always wanted, dude, can we get quarterbacks that we can trade away so we can get more? Like, we wanted that. And every GM comes in here and tells us that bullshit. Like, man, I'm going to do that shit every year.
We quarterback every year.
So to answer, yes, I mean, Tyson Bagent is exactly what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a better than average, competent backup quarterback. I believe he's a better than average backup quarterback. You know, and I'm not saying that there's no talent that nobody should ever give this kid a chance, but you got to find out here what your number one pick is before you can't even start going back and forth with them at the beginning of this. It doesn't even make any sense. This isn't Steve Walsh and Troy Aikman with Jimmy just establishing the Cowboy. We're not in that situation just yet, but if it gets there, it's good that you got Bagent to see if Bagent can do it. But you know, we PT Willis and I could go Moses Moreno. Like, tell you what the bench guys really what they need to do. How many sad Sundays that we'd be like, man, put the bench guy in. Then when he get in, we like, oh shit, right? Like, and again, that's not. I'll say this. That's
Rick
not
Meyer.
Tyson Bagent has and they traded for Rick Meyer. That's the worst part. But Tyson Bagent, and that was like a first pick. I know it wasn't at the top of the round, but that was a hop. It wasn't a second pick for Rick Meyer. It was a first or second for Rick Meyer. I think it was a first because of the still hype that was on Rick Meyer coming out when Bledsoe came out. But let me say this too. I'll end on this. Everything I said, Bagent has proven that he's not Moses Moreno, PT Willis, you know, or at least not PT Willis in the Canadian Football League. But he's proven that he is a really good quarterback as far as backup status now, because that's what he is. If he's a starter, we don't know. I know he can start games, and I know I want him on my team because quarterbacks go down. And we used to always say on the center, if the backup goes 500, so let's just say you play 4 games and he splits them, that's damn near. If he goes 3-1, shit, we cooking with grease. But if he can keep the ship steering correctly, that's really what you want.
I think I'd be real comfortable with him as a spot starter because I think that his floor is higher than Caleb's because he's worked in structure. He's worked in structure, and that's what we're trying to get. That's the whole thing of what they're trying to get Caleb to be productive in structure. And obviously, I think the ceiling is much higher for Caleb than it is for Bagent, but I think it is higher. And you don't lead the NCAA, even though it's Division II, in passing touchdowns without structure. All right, there's just a lot, and there's a lot you see, a lot you have to be aware of. So I love it, and I hope I'm glad, and that's why Ryan Pohl signed him. Like, no, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't testing free agent. I want to keep you here for a while, and let's not forget that, you know, he's, like you said, he's won games already. He's won games in the NFL. And I think that goes a long way. So I think they got a great 1-2 punch with those two, and I'm fired up to see if he happens to get in. I'm not wishing it, but if he happened to get in, I'd love to see what Tyson would do in this system. Going coming in, and all of a sudden, the next thing you know, controversy. But
why? It's so Chicago. Like what? Why do we like this? Is how you know that we don't have shit, right? This lets you you talked about grandma's house. This lets you know the dysfunction that it's like, man. But dude, first of all, it's good to have a competent backup quarterback, right? There's still, and I know arm strength improves in the pros, like particularly like the last 20 years, I would say. Guys that when you looked at them in college didn't have strong arms, you've seen that through technique and strengthening, that guys' arms have gotten stronger. there's still some questions when you're talking about deep ball throw and accuracy and velocity when it comes to Tyson Bagent. I think Tyson Bagent will get the most out of himself, and even not having that, like for instance, Brock Purdy doesn't have the strongest arm. There's ways that you can get ahead of that. You know what I'm saying? With anticipatory throws, you look at someone like Kurt Warner. None of these guys are Kurt Warner, but Kurt Warner, particularly when he got older, when he got to the Cardinals, he didn't have the strongest arm. But what he did, he knew where the play was going to develop, and he got the ball out earlier to cover up for the fact that he didn't have velocity. Let's find out what the fuck we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like this, because that lets us know we don't have shit. It's like, let's fucking, like, I wasn't a person that wanted to do that with Justin, where it was like, yeah, let's go full on Bagent. And it's like, no, dude, Shorty's been hurt. He's been getting killed. You know what I'm saying? Let's find, and you, like, regardless of how you feel about Justin, because partially the reason that I moved off of Justin was more Chicago was never going to give him a fair chance at that point. He had enough chances to where the fan base was split. And regardless of if he was kind of good, it was to the point where it would have never been good enough for some people. And I didn't think Justin deserved that. So that's really the main reason. And I wanted Justin to get paid. I'm being honest with you. Yeah. I knew they were going to pay him, and I wanted him to get a big payday, because that's what you want all these kids to get. If as long as they get one big payday, it's on them if they blow it. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if you get that real, this isn't like 20 years ago when Sam Bradford came in, and you could choose, you could ask for a certain amount of money. All that shit is slotted now. You know what I'm saying? So Justin being the 11th pick, I mean, he got bread, but it wasn't like, oh my God, it was, oh my God. But it wasn't where it's generational. I'm sure if you give someone millions of dollars, but we don't even know the tax implications, and then you got to pay taxes in every place that you pay. That's a whole different conversation for another day. So that's kind of how, and that's this. I'll say the same as far as I'll say the same with Caleb. Let's see what he got. Look, if Caleb is trash this year, we got Tyson there. You know what I'm saying? Look, there's still gonna be some bumps. By the end of this year, if he's healthy, we should kind of know what he is. You need more fine tuning, but we should know if he's gonna be really good or close to great, or if he may just be a guy that's straight and has some games. If he's straight, Shawn, and has some games, you can open the competition up for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's not great, then, or if he's not a winner, put it like, we say it like that. Because you could be good, but a winner, and then I wouldn't want a quarterback derby. But if he's just straight and they not really winning because of him, yeah, see what Bagent can do. I wouldn't argue there, but now during the year, that is one, your locker room doesn't need that. You know what I'm saying? This kid doesn't need that, while trying to figure it out. The reps, you don't need to do it with your reps right now. You know what I'm saying? We're learning a new offense. They are learning a new offense. They don't need to be splitting reps with the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? This is the focus. If he's a bust, guess what, kid? You signed a 2-year deal, and now you got next year to see if you can get you an even bigger deal, because we're going to play your ass, referring to Tyson Bagent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah, again, I don't want anything to happen to Caleb, because I think Caleb is a more talented guy. And I'd love to see him thrive, especially after the Civil War, and, the route that they went. I'd love to see him thrive.
It was a Civil War, boy. It was crazy. It was cool, boy. The cap that was going on there, boy. It was so much cap going on.
We lost people we thought were friends over this shit. Really?
I thought that was one of the most tiring seasons ever. Right, one of the most tired. It was so why, man. We take this shit too far sometimes. We actually act like this is our lives, man. Hey, man, take care of your family.
I hear you, man. I hear you. So, hey, so give me a prediction. What are you thinking tonight?
I'll go with the Bears, like 20. I want to say 26. The Vikings somewhere like around 20. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 19. Maybe they get like 4 field goals and a touchdown. Something like that. I think the Bears. I think Caleb should be further along than JJ McCarthy. I guess that's how I should put it.
Okay.
So and also with Jordan Addison's suspension, so Jordan Addison is, as a complimentary wide receiver, he's off the chain. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a nice wide receiver in general, but when you have arguably the best wide receiver in the game, and then you got this fast route runner and Addison alongside of him, and you have a nice tight end, that can create issues. So I think it's going to be more of, if, like you said earlier, if Caleb plays within the framework and is consistent, I think the Bears should be able to pull it off. I think that the question will be the trenches. I mean, again, this isn't rocket science. One, is Caleb causing sacks, or are they bad and they're giving up sacks? And then, of course, you have the most exotic blitz caller in the NFL, you know what I'm saying, on the defense with the Vikings, with Brian. And then I think defensively, can they pressure the quarterback? Like the Vikings have been good. Ironically, they've been good center guard for a minute. They're on the outside. Sometimes it can be an issue. So that if they can pressure the quarterback and he's kind of a rookie, they should be able to win the game. But it's a primetime game. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm going with the Bears and win, man.
Okay. And prediction: Bears 26-20 over the Vikes. Okay.
Yep. Okay. That's my prediction right there. And bring me back in a week or two, and we'll discuss from there as far as how we feel as the first quarter is starting to wrap up, and where the Bears are at, and how much of it is on Caleb.
In the bye week.
Yeah. Right. How much of it is on Caleb? Because that's really that's what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? I think they have the right coach. Questions: do they have the right quarterback? I believe he could be the right quarterback, but I have to see it. Dog, you know how many quarterbacks we thought was the one? So now I'm gonna fight for him. Like, dog, you know what? Wake me up when he's here. I mean, whoever he is, wake me up, because I'm tired of arguing. Yeah, I'm tired of arguing, and we argue and fuss, and he never shows up. You know what I'm saying? So wake me up whenever he shows up.
Yeah. Well, we definitely talk about it tomorrow, but we still in for tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm see you there.
Bet. Cool. Hey, great stuff, buddy. I appreciate, I love talking ball with you, bro. I love it. Do me a favor, though, let everybody know where they can find you and your work online.
Follow me on That's Davis. I believe I will be returning to football within the next month. So stay tuned to see. I'm getting harassed to come out of my slumber and make content again. So we'll find out. Everybody be safe. Everybody always enjoy y'all, man, and have a fun time here, man. And stop taking this shit too serious, because shit, take care of your family.
Yeah, I hear you. Good stuff, man. We'll talk soon, and we'll see you tomorrow. I'll hit you up a little later. We'll settle it all up.
Okay. Right?
Bet. Guys, that's Ken Davis, former host of the Under Center podcast. And so we're going to the Sox game tomorrow. Excited about it. Man. I'm get it in, baby. It's time. It's time. It is, baby. I'm fired up. Guys, listen, you have a phenomenal day. All right, we're going to be fired up tonight watching the game. All right, but again, let your loved ones know you love them, because tomorrow is promised to no one. All right, make plans for your people. Do it. All right, perfect day. Monday Night Football, meet them out at a bar, watch the Bears. Good stuff. All right, but listen, I'm going to get out of here. Second City Sports is coming up at 12:15. All right, to talk to you another 2 hours of Chicago sports. But until then, guys, you have a phenomenal day. Your boy, the SuperBack. I am out.
Come on, place the place. Place, get